Hey finders, and welcome back to Fortune Finds. Today I'm going to be doing a drugstore tutorial using all of my current favorite drugstore products. That's right, you heard it here. We are doing a full drugstore makeup look using the products that I hold near and dear to my heart. Good makeup does not need to be expensive, and I will be the first one to say it. You can find really great quality makeup at your local drugstore, and that is what I'm here to prove today. This is the makeup look that we are doing today. Very neutral for me. I feel like I've been doing a lot of bright colors lately. This look is pretty quick. It's not too time consuming, and you can even cut back the time by maybe not using falsies. You could just curl your lashes, throw on a mascara, or you could really vamp it up. I feel like a nice red lip would look really good with this, but I do mention some options during the outro of this video, so do be sure to stay tuned. We didn't really have that many mishaps today. We only had one, which was not that bad. That's not that bad here on my channel. I just want to remind you guys that if you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I feel like you guys are really gonna love this video, so without further ado, let's get on to my easy, quick, wearable, yet, you know, kind of could be dramatic, perfect for day night or anywhere else you want to go, makeup look. All right, so I brought you guys in nice and close because we're going to be doing our eyes first today. L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I never know what shade this is because I can never find it, but I will put it down below. Prime my lids. Use my finger to just blend it out. This concealer is pretty thick, so a little goes a really, really long way, especially in terms of putting it underneath your eye. I would definitely not put too much because it can get cakey. And then I'm going to take my EcoTools Sponge. This you can find at a drugstore. This is damp. Birthday Suit eyeshadow in Unveiled, Morphe E20. And I'm going to hop into the shade Whipped Cream. Pat that into the brush and then just stamp that all over the lid, and I'm going to use this to set that concealer, and it's also going to add a little shimmer all over the lid. Cappuccino, and I'm going to take that on a fluffy brush. This is a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH34, and I'm just going to start building up the crease. This is the kind of shadow where you don't really need to think about it. These shadows blend out really, really beautifully. So if you go ahead and you put too much of a color on, you can really go in with a clean blending brush and blend it out. As you can see, I really don't need to pay any attention to the blending. I'm kind of just like throwing this all over the lid. A clean fluffy brush. This is a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30. And I'm just going to blend this out really lightly. And as you can see, these do fade. So if you do go in a little heavy-handed, you can really fade them out. Upbeat. And I'm not tapping off the excess. I'm kind of just like stamping this over what we just did. As you can see, I put the littlest amount and it's a lot darker. It does a lot. And there's a lot of kickback in this pan too. So just take note of that. If you're someone where that drives you crazy, this might not be the palette for you. But these eyeshadows are just like so creamy, which is also a reason as to why they blend out so easily. Clean fluffy brush and just blend that out. Whipped cream. I'm going to take it on my finger and I'm going to stamp this all over the inner portion of my lid. I'm really going to stamp it everywhere but that outer third. I want to keep that a little dark. CoverGirl Trunaked Chocoholic palette. And I'm going to use this matte brown right here. I just feel like the outer third needs a little bit of a matte. So I'm going to take this same blending brush we've been using. I'm going to hop into here and I'm just going to tap this onto the outer third of the eye. So I'm really focusing that on the outer third of the eye, and I'm kind of like pulling it up. This way it gives a elongated cat eye effect. You guys know how I like to do that. And then I'm going to take what's ever left on my brush. I'm not picking up any more product. And I'm just going to put that into the crease. I'm going to take that blending brush and just blend this all out. And I'm kind of like pushing it into the lid. You see what I'm doing here? I'm pushing it towards the center of the lid and then pushing it out just to like blend it all out. And take what's ever left and just run it into the crease. Back into this whipped cream shade. I'm going to take it on my finger and I'm going to stamp it over the inner third just because I feel like we lost some of that while blending out more of the crease. And I really do want that to be light and bright. This matte cream shade, put that underneath the brow and just really lighten up that brow bone. Sometimes I feel like a matte pops more than a shimmer. Put that on the inner third of the eye. Neutral brown. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to put it into the crease. I took like a little bit and I'm just going to put it in the crease to just frame the eye a little bit more. And I'm kind of just like following my brow bone. Just like that. I just feel like I needed a little bit of color in there. Fluffy brush and just brush it up really, really lightly, really, really gently. I'm gonna use my L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear makeup tray. I'm gonna take 2 pumps of that. I'm gonna pick that up with a beauty sponge because my skin is just like so dry today. And I find that on the days where my skin is really dry, a sponge really packs that extra moisture that my skin needs. So I'm just gonna pat this everywhere. I really only needed 1 pump of that. But I really love that this foundation has sunscreen in it. It has SPF 25, which is really great. Okay, and then we're gonna hop back into our concealer. Do you see how dark my bags are? Holy crap. I'm gonna put some here, and I'm gonna put some here. And I'm not gonna put too much because, like I said, it can get kind of cakey. But I am gonna make sure to put it where I normally put it, just not use as much. So this is how I'm gonna conceal my face. Pat it out. You kind of need to work a little fast with this concealer. It is a thicker concealer, so I find that it dries down pretty fast. And then I'm gonna flip it and take the flat side and just get underneath my eyes. I know that this isn't Drugstore, but it's a more affordable setting spray. I'm gonna use my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Affordable, not Drugstore. While it's still moist, I'm just gonna go ahead and pat the skin. So for contour today, this should really come as no surprise to anyone. I'm going to be using my Ardell Glamtouring Contour and Highlighting Stick. Contour the lips a little bit, make them look juicier, and just buff it into the skin. I absolutely love this contour stick. It is amazing. If you were in the market for a new contour stick, especially one that's affordable, this one just like takes the cake. Okay, when it comes to my lip contour, I'm going to shut my lips like this and just pat. Moving on to the rest of my face, and I'm just kind of like patting this up. You don't want to drag the contour down because that kind of defeats the purpose. You want to lift the contour up, and do you see how quickly this blends out? I think this is like my favorite Drugstore product of all time. It has to be. I can't think of a product that I love more than this. Joah Precision Brow Pencil, and I'm pretty sure I'm in the shade Brunette. I absolutely love this. I've been using this for a really long time. This is the best brow product that you will find at the drugstore. It's so good. It really reminds me of my Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I love how small of an applicator it is because you can really get in there and build up the brows. Brush them down first and just trace up top. And I can't really speak during brows, so I think I'm gonna show you guys, but I'm just gonna fast forward through this. So yeah. It's so creamy. It glides on really nicely. And what I love the most about this, if you mess up, it comes off really, really easily. All you have to do is like take your finger or a sponge and just go like that, and it just softens and it fixes it right up. I mean, those are some freaking bold ass brows. I'm gonna take my sponge and just like clean up around the top. Just like that. Stamp out any of the creases that may have formed while we were doing the rest of our face. And then I'm going to take my Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. The top broke off of it, but this is the top of it. This is what it should look like. I've had this forever. I think this is a really, really nice brightening powder. One of my favorite powders, honestly, whether you're talking drugstore or affordable. And I am going to bake with this. This is a really great baking powder. I'm going to put some on my chin, on my smile lines. Anywhere where I don't really like to get oily, clean up that contour by baking underneath it. I'm taking the flat side, swiping in here, and then swiping underneath that contour just to chisel out the face a little bit more. And I like to leave the baking powder on while I bronze because if any of the bronzer falls onto that translucent setting powder, I'm just going to wipe it away and it's not going to stick to the face. So I'm going to be using my Physicians Formula Butter bronzer. Put this over where I put that contour. I love this. It smells like a beach vacation and I could really freaking use one. Bring it down my neck as well. Dusting that away using a nice fluffy brush. What's ever left on that brush, and just I'm gonna stamp it over my nose like that. Just to give it like a more realistic vibe because the sun does hit your nose. Wet n Wild's Precious Petals Highlighting Powder on the highest points of my cheeks. Look at how pretty that highlighter is. It is so pretty, my God. And I'm just pressing this into the skin. Take some on my finger. I'll just put it right there on the chin, between the brows, and on the forehead. L'Oreal True Match Blush in the shade Cool. Angled blush brush. So I'm going to take what's ever left and pat that over the nose. Put it on my chin, some on my forehead. And I'm going to run some down my nose just because I feel like that looks really cute and really sweet. I'm into that. Spray one more time. Nice and dewy. Look at how dewy my skin is. Oh, I love it. I love it. Makes me excited for summer. Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH36. I'm going to take this shade right here and I'm just going to put it underneath the eye. I'm not going to bring it all the way in because I do want to lighten up that inner corner of the eye. And I'm also going to connect it. So I'm going to connect it in that outer corner. I love me a smoked out lower lash line. I feel like it's so dramatic. It brings all the drama. It's so good. Blend that out. The light shade with our pencil brush. Put this light shade underneath the eyes and in the inner corner. And then I'm going to hop into our highlighter just to give it a nice little pop of like shimmer. Swirl that highlighter off. Dark brown in this palette. Take that on this pencil brush and I'm going to stamp it underneath the eye. And then look how much more dimension that just gave this eye as opposed to this eye that I didn't do that to. I'm going to stop it right where my pupil starts. Fluffy brush and just blend that all out. Okay, so that was a total incomplete fail. I initially went in with the Joah Felt Tip Liquid Eyeliner and it kind of like dried up on me, which I haven't had this for that long. And then I realized like, hello, my current favorite eyeliner in my collection is the Wet n Wild MegaLiner. So I went over it with this. So it turned out okay. I mean, they don't look awful. Ardell Demi Wispies. These fit my eyes and I have small eyes, so I don't need to trim them. I love a lash that you don't need to trim. While that glue is drying, curl my lashes using my not Drugstore lash curler. Sorry. Revlon makes really good eyelash curlers. Collab mascara. I'm gonna go in fingers crossed. That literally took me like 3 minutes to apply both lashes and they are on. I have this LA Colors. It's just like a kohl liner. I'm going to take it and I'm going to warm it on my hand. And then I'm going to just draw this onto the waterline. I'm just going to frame the entire waterline like you guys know I like to do. I just feel like it just makes it look more dramatic. If you have any like standout kohl liners from the drugstore, leave them down below in the comment section. I would love to hear them. Just like that. Ooh, I love it. L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. I'm just gonna put this on the lower lashes. I'm gonna try and like bunch them together. Essence Make Me Brow in the shade Browny Brows. And I'm just gonna set the brows in place. And this is also gonna add even more color to them. So if you thought they were bold before, just wait until after this. One of my favorite lip liners of all time. Drugstore, high-end, whatever. This is the NYX lip liner pencil in the shade Natural. It's nice and sharp. I'm just gonna overdraw the lips a little bit. This is such a good like overlining color too. It's like so natural, hence the name, Natural. And then I'm just gonna take my finger and run it over the liner just to diffuse it a little bit. Joah lipstick in the shade Swipe Right. Really pretty pink. And I'm not going to swipe it, I'm going to stamp it. Maybelline in the shade Blushing Beige. This is like my go-to center of the lip pout color. Stamp that in the middle. I'm just gonna blend the entire lip out. All right, guys, and this is the finished makeup look. I have to say, I really love how this came out. I mean, this is like perfect for date night. This is perfect for girls' night, and it's really versatile. You can wear any color lip that you would like to wear with this. I feel like this would look really good with a nice, juicy red lip. I would really suggest using this one. This is a beautiful shade. This is Joah in the shade Adulting. I will go ahead and show you on the back of my hand. It's really super pretty. Kind of leans a little hot pink. I think this would look great. These Joah lipsticks are simply stunning. Do be sure to check them out. Joah is sold at CVS. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and you would like to see more drugstore videos like this one, then do be sure to leave it a thumbs up down below. Also, let me know in the comments if you liked this. Do you like drugstore videos? I've been thinking like maybe I should do a using makeup products that are $10 or less or $5 or less. So if that's something that is interesting to you, then do be sure to let me know down below in the comments section. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and also click that bell button. I had a great time as always. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, Finders. Mwah.